Yes, we're back at last, after 5 fallow months, welcoming you once more onto the breach, dear friends, for the best in video game entertainment. So, for tonight's first challenge, let's renew our acquaintance with the great man himself, the GamesMaster.
Greetings. How nice to join me once again. For this week's first challenge, I thought I'd test your nerve on Marble Madness. The object of the game is simply to guide a marble through a series of mazes. So get rolling and don't lose your marbles.
And attempting to control his balls on this challenge is Mark Hawkfield from Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome to GamesMaster 2, the second coming. Each week we'll be ferrying challengers and other minions out here to our converted oil rig stroke holiday camp combination. Here they'll face rough seas, howling winds, and the verbose vernacular of the GamesMaster.
Greetings, and I'd like to take this opportunity formally to welcome you to the Games Rig. As you can see, I've undergone something of a facelift since our last encounter. Please bear with me if, to begin with, I seem a little disconcerted by some aspects of my new environment. Good Lord. I must say, for my part, I'm thrilled to be back so that we can resume our little communions. Nothing beats a good grapple, so for my first challenge, I've opted for the unorthodox pugilism of Street Fighter 2. The object of the game is to inflict terminal damage on your opponent in a best-of-3 fight contest. The dirtiest tactics tend to pay the greater dividends, so lots of unseemly conduct, please. Seconds out.
Well, we scoured the arcades trying to find the best 2 fighters on Street Fighter 2. So please welcome Henry Coleman Jr. and Peter Deitch. Welcome, Henry. Welcome, Peter. Right, now, I'll turn to you first of all. Henry, I know you two have had a couple of practices together. Who's been coming out on top?
Well, it's like evenly matched, really. You can't really tell what the odds can be.
Right, so what character are you playing tonight?
I'll be using E Honda.
Eddie Honda,
Yeah.
And why's that?
Because of his 100-hand slaps, sweeps, and close range to bear hugs, so I can drain his energy down.
Okay, then. Right, Peter, who are you playing to counter Eddie Honda?
I'm going to be Ken today.
Okay, what are we going to see from Ken, then?
Dragon punches, sweeps, all types of moves, slams, everything.
If you'd like to take your places, we'll get ready to play. And helping me out in the commentary box is a street fighting expert, Nintendo Hotline's own Keith Poulin. Welcome, Keith.
Thanks a lot, Don. Good to be here.
Thank you very much. Now, Keith, we've got Eddie Honda against Ken. What are some of the special moves for people who perhaps don't know the game at home?
Okay, E Honda has a 100-hand slap,
right.
Which is a series of very fast punches coming in a very short amount of time.
And what about Ken? What's he got?
He has very aggressive low kicks.
Okay, we'll look out for those. Are our 2 competitors ready? Yep. Then off you go. So we have Henry Coleman Jr. as Eddie Honda, the fat sumo-looking bloke on the left. Peter Deitch as Ken.
Straight away,
that was the hurricane
kick
kick you were talking about. At the top of the screen,
Oh,
we can
comes
see
back there with a kick,
2
Honda.
energy bars.
Another hurricane kick.
When they reach the bottom, it's all
Oh, that's a
over.
100 hand slap there. He's in the corner.
Oh, and he's
he comes
put
out
Ken
with a
right
special
down
move
to
there.
minimum energy. One more
Ken's
kick.
down.
Ken's down. Ken's lost the first bout. So Henry Coleman Jr. is 1 up. This is a best of 3 challenge. So Peter Deitch must win this one to carry on.
Oh,
he tried-
dragon punch there, but he missed.
but he was hitting empty air. Oh, lovely, like
That's a good
flying
move.
punch there. And he's
And
got him another one.
Stunned. In the
Lovely
corner,
low
stunned
kick.
there.
We can see Eddie Honda's energy in the top left-hand corner. It's going down a bit.
Oh, that's good.
I know Eddie's got a bit of a chip on his
Oh,
shoulder.
that's a good flying punch there.
Sumo's not a recognised sport.
I went for a special move, but he didn't come
Oh, he's got Eddie
Eddie
Honda's
Honda
nearly
is down on energy. He needs
He's
to
not
do something
letting him out of
special
this
here.
corner. Oh,
Oh, he's
yes,
down.
leapt over him. Reverse punch, which means that Ken has levelled it 1-all. Okay then, let your final bout commence now. Okay, we see Sumo Fat Bloke on the
Okay,
left.
dragon punch
Took
straight
a
away.
dragon punch from Ken straight off.
Okay, E Honda's kicking the air there.
I think he's got the advantage with speed here, Ken.
He certainly has. He's a
Oh,
very
that's
agile
a
fighter. That's a
fireball.
special move. That's a fireball.
He managed to block it a little bit, but it's
Another
got
one.
a bit of
He's
energy.
blocked it. Another one. Block that
Left
one.
himself open there, so you can see Eddie
Another
Honda's energy
dragon
bar in the
punch.
top left, running right out.
He's running right out.
Oh, 100 hand slap, but it... Oh, lovely, he's pulled right back into this game
He's done.
now.
Can he finish
Eddie
him off
Honda,
here?
oh
He
my
might be
God,
able to
the
finish
reach on
him
the
off.
dead level, he's got him,
Has he
shaking
done it?
him, he's grabbing him, he's
He's done it. Unbelievable.
And Eddie Honda has done it. Ken falls to the floor, which
That's a
means
good
that
fight back.
Henry Coleman Jr. is tonight's winner. That was a brilliant start to the new series there. Let's go to you first. Peter, a really good comeback there from you. You were out of it in the first bout. Talk me through it.
Well, when the second bout, I kept on coming in with flying knees, cyclone punches, and a couple of sweeps, and actually thought I'd finish him off there.
OK, then let's go to our champion, Henry Coleman Jr. Now, Henry, what on earth were you doing at the end of it? It looked very rude.
Well, it's sort of like Eddie Honda's special finishing move, a bear hug. He just basically comes up to them, grabs them, then drains their energy, and I was counting on that for me to be the victor.
OK, well, because of that splendid shaken back action, Henry, you are the first winner of the new series of television's greatest prize. It's back, it's bold, it's the GamesMaster Golden Joystick. And let's give another round of applause for our 2 brilliant competitors tonight, Peter Deitch and Henry Coleman Jr. Now it's time for this week's reviews. Each week we pick a theme and lump together a few games to go under the proverbial cosh. Here's this week's batch. Tonight we take your grey cells for a gentle jog as we look at brain games. First up on the Mega Drive, the Simpsons marketing machine trundles along in Krusty's Super Funhouse.
Krusty's Super Funhouse is a brilliant game. It's got a unique combination of lemmings as well as a bit of platform to boot. You have to guide a load of rats into a trap, which may sound pretty dull, but because the levels are so massive, it keeps you going for ages.
I wanted to see more levels, and I was intrigued and inspired to try and solve the levels.
Although it's got very cartoon-style graphics, which you would think would aim at children, because of the size of the levels and the puzzles, it appealed to a very wide audience.
Next, block building, clock beating, fluffy creature saving action on the Amiga, courtesy of Troddlers.
Troddlers on the Amiga at first seemed to me to be a Lemmings rip-off with a bad control system. But after I'd played it, I realised it was exactly that, a Lemmings rip-off with a bad control system.
The puzzles look a bit nicked from Krusty's, and the Troddlers just are nowhere near as cute as Lemmings. I'm sorry, they just don't work.
Troddlers is a very dated game. The graphics are very 80s, and the gameplay is excruciatingly dull.
Now it's time for this week's new game section, and we open the series with the first TV shots of the most eagerly awaited sequel of all time, Sonic 2. Yes, he's back, and this time he's got a friend. The Green Hill Zone has suffered a mutant revamp, with the cheeky chappy bouncing off all kinds of angled springs and twisty walkways.
In one-player mode, Sonic's newfound amigo Tails will help him collect those rings, while the split-screen option allows 2 players to compete in an orgy of hyperfast frolics to the finish. If you thought the Spring Yard Zone was bruising, feast your eyes on Casino World. And finally, it's disappearing Sonics and Tubes Ahoy in the polluted play area of the Chemical Plant Zone. This game is unfeasibly fast and looks set to slip into the slots of Sega owners everywhere. A somewhat mixed bag there, but never mind, tonight's celebrity has flown out to the resort, so let's go over to GamesMaster to see what task he'll be facing.
Hello again. It's time to don our raincoats for some gumshoe japery on Who Shot Johnny Rock. Tonight's challenger, turned detective, has 3 lives with which to survive shootouts in the pool hall and the casino in his attempt to foil the mafia hoodlums responsible for the death of Johnny Rock. Good luck. I'll be rooting for you.
And indulging in some sharpshooting skills tonight, we are very lucky to have one of the funniest men on television. Star of the music quiz, Whose Line Is It Anyway? S&M and That's Love. Please welcome Tony Slattery. Now, Tony, do you actually play video games?
No, I absolutely hate them.
Okay, well, all the more gentlemanly of you to come on. Now, this isn't so much a video game, Tony. This is more a way of life, this game. So we'd like you to play it in the style of a Prohibition Private Eye. Can you handle that?
Of course I can, yes, that goes without saying. Are you going to a wedding, by the way?
Perhaps afterwards. Who knows, Tony? Maybe you and I, we never know. If you play your cards right. Okay, well, if you want to see if Tony plays his cards right on this game tonight, then join us after the break. Welcome back. We have Tony Slattery here tonight, and he's about to try his trigger finger out on the arcade game Johnny Rock. Now, with me also is Tim Boone, the main man from CVG Magazine. Welcome, Tim.
Hello, Dominic.
Now, Tim, any tips for Tony on this game? He says he doesn't like video games, so what advice can you give him?
He's definitely going to like this one. Basically, he's looking for 2 clues, one from the pool hall, one from the casino. This is basically Gangster Central. And what he has to do is look for these 2 clues by shooting everything bad and not shooting everybody good. Okay. What he's going to need for this is he's going to need quick wits, nerves of steel. He's going to need quite a bit of luck, and he needs to be good with the ladies. So I think he's the right man for the job.
Okay then, Tony, are you ready?
Yes, I am, thank you, Patricia.
Okay then, can you take your pistol out of your holster and begin the game?
You fast piece, all right, I will.
I walked into a room of sharks.
Say, bud, this is a private club.
I told them I was looking for months.
Yeah, well, I ain't looking for you. I'll store you in my cheeks till winter. Take care of him, boys.
Okay, keep your eyes open at all times, and there is his
man's on the left, and he's got him now.
Keep your eyes open. Don't let your guard down at all.
She's got a shot. Has it gone?
She's got him.
Oh, that's the first of Tony's 3 lives gone. He's got 2 more lives left.
He's on the slab. Surging flames, another victim.
They're going to shoot me now.
Shoot. There's the guy on the left again.
No, you're not going to get me this time.
No, he's next.
Watch the woman again.
Yes,
she says
she had the gun. He got her that
time. Nice one, Tony. And the guy at the back of the bar.
And the guy at the back, he's got him.
Oh, dear,
no, he didn't. He just stop a volley. Okay.
Okay, watch out, guy at the front.
Oh, he's got him.
Yeah. And here comes the woman
again. He's got the woman.
She's gone. Watch the back, guy at the back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got him. He's rapid fire there.
Here we go.
The guy at the back corner. Again. And he's got him in slow motion.
Yes. Now, watch the pram. Watch the pram because it's the killer dwarf.
Oh, no! Killer dwarf in the pits of Nazi hell. Tony dispatched him with relative ease there.
And he's now onto the casino. Some very bad people in here.
I showed him my 38.
Okay, Bradford, you won't never leave this place the way you came in.
There she was in the purple cape, Lockjaw Lil. She was the tight-lipped dame that I had needed to talk to.
This is very, very dangerous place.
They're all
down on the table.
Now he's got to watch
here. Boys. Here he comes.
Someone at the back, yeah. Yep, he's got him. It's one down.
Oh, no,
don't shoot her. He's got him. He's doing very well here, Tim.
He's doing very well. Shoot him.
Oh, he's got him on the corner.
That's the one. And shoot him.
Oh, yes, he's got him. He's only got a couple more.
shot an innocent victim. He shot
And now we're in
an
the
innocent
Undertaker's.
girl.
Oh, dear, so close and yet so far.
So close.
So unfortunately, Tony's challenge tonight ends in failure. But round of applause for Tony. Well, bad luck, Tony, but I mean, you were going so well. You only had about 1 or 2 more people to bump off, but you bumped off the wrong person.
I know. Well, I think success isn't everything. It was all these women in low-cut dresses appearing from nowhere. I mean, how am I meant to concentrate?
I completely understand. Now, unfortunately, Tony, you haven't won our special Golden GamesMaster joystick, but if I can patronise you for a second more and ask you, have you enjoyed yourself anyway?
I think the game is absolutely brilliant, and I'm not an aficionado, but I could well become addicted to that.
Okay, that's lovely. You've been a brilliant sport tonight. Round of applause, please, for tonight's special guest, Tony Slattery. Now, sometimes finger-pumping joystick power is not enough, and you need some help from an expert. Well, they don't come more intergalactic than ours, so let's take a trip to GamesMaster's Consultation Zone.
Hello, GamesMaster.
Welcome to my consultation area, up here on the helipad. How can I help you?
I can't find the Blue Switch Palace in Super Mario World. Can you tell me where it is?
Ah, that old chestnut. The Blue Switch Palace can only be reached from Forest of Illusion 2. There's a deceptively placed illusion wall toward the end of the level. Simply walk straight through it.
Thank you very much.
That's quite all right. Next, please.
Hello, GamesMaster.
Hello, and just what is your particular problem?
Can you please tell me how I can beat my friends at Game Boy Tennis?
Practice the game, young man. Failing that, you can always cheat. When it's your service game, throw the ball high, but instead of striking it truly, step beneath it. If the ball lands on your head, you'll have won the point without raising a sweat. Not terribly sporting, but hugely effective, I can assure you.
Thanks, that's great.
I know. Who's last for the evening?
Hi, GamesMaster. Could you tell me if there are any special bonus areas on Zool?
Ah, I'm rather pleased you asked this one. For Zool actually includes a special GamesMaster secret room full of goodies for your consumption. The room is located on the 3rd level of the Sweet World. Simply walk straight into the first right-hand wall that you come across, then you will reach the rewards.
Thanks a lot.
That's all for tonight's symposium. See you anon.
Some golden bonding moments there, but time is drawing on and we must slot in our final challenge. So it's back to GamesMaster.
Finally, for tonight, I've opted for an arcade game, which I hope will tickle your fancy. It's called Dragon's Lair 2, and I'd like you to complete the first level of the game and reach the time machine without losing a life. Do watch out for the mother-in-law, an overweight old Harridan who would like nothing more than to swat you with her rolling pin. I guarantee the action will be fast and furious, so brace yourselves for a picaresque adventure.
And taking a magical skip down fantasy lane on this challenge is one of the best arcade players we've ever seen. So please welcome from Portsmouth, Dougie Johns. Welcome, Dougie. Now, okay, thank you. Now, Dougie, we've seen you in action. We know you're one of the best players around, but this game is very tough. Can you do it?
Well, yeah, I think with my superbly home games playing skills, I should be able to walk it.
Okay, we've got a very plucky competitor there. If you'd like to step up to the game, Doug, we'll get ready to play. And back for yet more punishment at my side is Tim Boone from CVG. Welcome back, Tim.
Welcome. Hello, Dominic.
Now, Tim, we know this guy's a good player, but this is one of the most difficult arcade games, isn't it?
I would actually say this is probably the most difficult arcade game I've ever seen.
Okay, so what Dougie has to do is escape from the treasure room while evading Daphne's mother-in-law. He only has 1 life to do it, so it's going to be very, very tough. Are you ready, Doug? Yep. Then off you go. Okay, so off goes Doug. He's approaching the castle here. He's got to look out for the flashes.
Watch out for mother-in-law. Here she comes with the
Oh,
rolling pin.
she's a big girl, Tim.
Out the door as fast as you can, because you don't want to mess with her.
She's
and
not
now onto your horse,
happy.
and away you go.
And like I would if she was following me.
Now then, keep her off your back as long as you can, and down off your horse into the castle, and she's trapped.
I wouldn't want her on my
But
back
not for long.
anytime.
Watch the snake. Watch the snake again. I want to go down the chasm, but avoiding the
Spider, he's got the spider.
Now the snake. And
oh no, he's going to make more. Yes, he's made it.
Here comes mother-in-law.
Oh my God, she's not giving up.
She's
She
massive.
is.
Down the rope, and now the door again. Watch her. Avoid the crack.
She's too fat to go through there.
Through the door. Onto that thing. Jump again down the hole.
Oh no, he's going to make it.
Down the hole.
Slipped down the hole. Lovely.
Yeah, excellent. Watch the snake.
Oh no, he's
Watch
got the
snake's
snake. Oh, he's going to. Oh dear.
Away. Watch the snake again.
He's the snake's going to get him. No, the snake hasn't got him.
Now.
Oh no, the snake's gone by the tongue.
Into the rib cage. Away.
Oh yeah.
Now, grab the key. Grab the snake first. Now grab the key.
Oh, he's doing very well so far, Tim.
Brilliant game. He's doing fantastic.
Okay, now he's going to get out of here.
Onto the crop. Watch the snake. Watch the snake.
Oh no, he's going to get the snake. The
Watch the
snake's
tail.
tail. The snake's
Watch the
tail. Doug,
snake's
get the
tail.
tail. Oh
He's
no,
gone.
and Doug has failed.
He's gone.
Doug strangled by the snake, and his challenge has ended in failure. Round of applause for Doug, everyone. No, thank you. Now, Douglas, what happened? We've seen you before. You're a brilliant player, but it's a very tough game, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. The Don Blues games you have to be right on there, split-second decisions, and pressure was on and just missed one move.
Okay, well, you've given me, personally, a lot of pleasure today, Doug. So, let's have a round of applause for our gallant challenger, Doug Jones. Thank you, Doug. Cheers. Well, that's it for this week. Join us in 7 days when we'll have Frank Bruno taking on arcade champion Paul Turner at Sonic Blastman. Well, that just whips up my appetite for the catfish and almond bake that's on the menu tonight. So we're off to have a little bit of that, and we'll see you next week. Good night. Now some panty-wetting news for all you lost souls unable to join us on the Games Rig. Channel 4 have granted us shore leave to set up the next best thing, GamesMaster Live, a 3-day show at the Birmingham NEC in December. You'll be able to terminate your mates on Quasar, the laser video game, or probe the recesses of virtual reality for yourself. We'll have the latest arcade machines for you to fiddle with. I'll be hosting challenges where you'll get the chance to beat the people you see on TV, and best of all, you'll be able to get your hands on all those games you've been perspirating over. Here's all the info you'll need. The dates, December 4th, 5th and 6th. The place, Birmingham NEC. To book, call the NEC box office on 021 780 4133. Do tell them if you're in the GamesMaster Club, because we've got special deals for all members.